What's up guys, my name is Julian, your solar expert, and today I'm going to be explaining to you one of the many ways that SunRun fools you into overpaying for your system. And specifically, I'm going to be explaining the escalator rates and how crazy these really are when you look at the figures. There's a reason why when you are getting a presentation from one of these leasing companies, why they don't go into the payment schedule and really show you what your payment turns into. What they want you to do is after they say, oh, don't worry, the payment only goes up 2.9% or 3.9% a year, they hope that you go, oh, that's not very much, and just kind of move on to the next topic in your head. But it's quite insane when you really add up, how these payments are just ballooning over time with what seems to be not a very threatening escalator, when in reality 2.9 or 3.9% is a lot of money when you start adding it up. So let's get right into it. And I know that's not how you spell deceiving. I was just testing you, keeping you on your toes. This is a classic I before E except after C scenario. I have two examples here. There's two main escalators that I see. There's a 2.9% escalator and a 3.9% escalator. And the way that they justify this is they'll say, well, the utility company is going up 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% a year. We're only going to go up 3% or 4%. It's going to be much less of an increase per year and you'll be in a much better spot. In reality though, they can make the price of the project insanely more expensive with an escalator versus just a flat payment. Because when you look at the 25 years of math, what I'm going to do is right now pop onto the screen an Excel chart that I made, which basically shows you if your payment starts at $200 in the first year, how much that grows. This is the 2.9%, and then this is even more insane. This is the 3.9% chart, and as you can see, every year it's going up and up and up to the point where your $200 payment turning into $500 for the same exact power 25 years later with that 3.9% increase. So pretty insane when you start looking at it. So real fast, let's just summarize what this is. So let's say you're getting pitched a PPA from SunRun, and that first year payment is going to be $200, and your escalator is 2.9% a year. Okay, great. So the first thing to know is that if we go back really fast and look at that chart I just showed you, assuming the system, works correctly and produces the power, your payment that started at $200 will end up being $397, so literally just a couple dollars shy of doubling. And when you actually add up all the payments and then you divide it by the total number of payments, you can see that in reality your average payment is not $200, it's actually $299. And so the reason why this is so important is because so many people are going the PPA route because it saves them more monthly, but they're really only looking at it from the perspective of the first few years when comparing to the financing option, because generally we can make your payment a little bit lower right off the bat with a PPA versus financing, but over the course of the years, it's only a matter of maybe 5, 6, 7 years before your payment actually grows to be higher, and now you're spending way more money with the PPA over time. So just to have some numbers clear in your head, if you were to do a $200 a month PPA at 2.9% increasing every year, at the end of the 25 years, your system will have cost you $86,000, which is crazy because the price point probably for this system is most likely in the mid-30s, definitely under $40,000. And if you can get the tax credit back, even with a $40,000 system, the net cost for your system is only $28,000. And so right there, it would be hard to make the interest that much, over the course of 20 years. Now, the 3.9% is even more extreme. And this year, for some reason, in 2024, I'm beginning to, it used to be that I saw 2.9% as the most common escalator, but now 3.9% seems to be the most common escalator. They're really pushing that because they can get that first year payment less and still balloon that payment over time. Instead of your payment only almost doubling, going up to just shy of $400 with the 2.9% example, with this example, it ironically exactly 2.5x's. So if you have a $200 payment, you will be paying $500 for that same power 25 years later, which is absolutely insane, with an average payment of $328 throughout the term. This is a total of $98,000 in change over the course of 25 years. So another way that they can get this payment lower is with the 3.9. You can see that with the same first year payment, this deal is worth $12,000 more, right, to the contractor or whoever is selling this to you, right? And so if you were to rework the math here and say, okay, well, if the payments still add up to only $98,000, how low can we get your first year payment on that 3.9? If I were to redo it, it'd probably be like 180, 170 or something like that to get it much lower right off the bat. And that's how they save you so much more money immediately and kind of put you into a short-term state of mind, when in reality I call it backloading the term, where most of the money is going to be paid in the last even 8 or 9 years. So if you were to compare these with financing the system, what you'll find is that only very rare scenarios, this will end up actually being better for the homeowner. With purchasing the system, we can make the payment just flat. And so even if it's not necessarily exactly 200 bucks, let's just say the fixed payment is 270 or something. If you say 270 times, 20 years or whatever, it's gonna end up being less than what these high escalator PPAs and leases come out to be. So anyways, I hope you found this helpful. I actually work in over 30 states. And so if you want a quote on a system, me or one of my local experts will be able to help you, and we'll be able to consult you the right way and get you the proper information in order to actually make a wise investment versus just saying yes to the sales guy who's going to quickly try to get you to sign for the PPA. If you would like to get started, in the description, there's a link that you can click on, fill out that form, and we'll give you a call back and get you started with a quote. All right. Thanks so much for watching. And once again, I hope you found this valuable and hope to talk to you soon.